And every day we don't let the fire go out. So sometimes we make commitments for 4 days, 8 days, 13 days, maybe a month. Some relatives do it for a year, some do it for years. And some people say, well, that's a lot of wood they're wasting. But there's no such thing as wasting anything from Mother Earth. You see me smoking this tobacco, and so I remind the little ones, you're not supposed to smoke. I'm a clown. So I show you what not to do by doing it. So whatever I do, you don't do it. Alright? But we can't waste anything, so when I get done with the cigarette, I'm not gonna, if I throw it on the ground and just put out like a lot of people do, well, it's not gonna hurt the earth. It's from the earth. Everything is the shape of the earth, no matter what man has done to it. But the reason I don't throw it is out of respect. That's all it is. So just because I use something, this medicine, and just threw it when I was done, it's very disrespectful to throw it like that onto the earth, into the spirit of the tobacco sama. So I put it out nicely, make sure it's all the way out, and I put it in the trash. It's out of respect. And so I know that's something that we all share in common, no matter where we come from on Mother Earth. We are all indigenous to Mother Earth originally. Because their original instruction and teaching was respect. As simple as that. So this is how we all become Indian again. Like my Uncle Floyd, Red Crow Westerman, used to say before he traveled on, he used to say, you're the next Indian. We've always been Indian, in a way. But you're the next Indian because now all the different cultures are starting to feel the tightening of certain things economically. So that's a beautiful thing to me. And part of this fire is, that's what it does too. It helps us to burn away things that we don't need no more. Not so much about who we are, because who we are, we're human beings. We just are human beings. We just are spirits, so we don't have to seek a spiritual way of life. We are spirits. We can try our best. That's all we can do. We've been programmed how to pretend a long time to be other things than we're not. And so this fire also, like I said, helps represent to burn away things we don't need, so obstructing our view, so we can see each other and see who we are again, where we're at again. And so go put your tobacco in there, your cedar, anything that is medicine to you. And there's no right or wrong way. There's just a respectful way to do things, and everybody knows how to do that. So you don't need no teachers. This is a time of being self-teachers. This is a time where we have to, it's like that old saying, you know, like, we'll see true elders will tell you, they'll inspire you, tell you that you need a fishing pole. And then the youngster will say, well, you got one, uncle? And a powerful uncle will say, no, I don't. Well, yeah, I got my own. And you see that tree over there? That's what I made it out of. And then the uncle looks down and starts to do what he was doing before. Maybe he was reading, maybe he was beating something. And the youngster says, well, uncle, no, what do I do? And the uncle just doesn't answer. So it's about understandings. In this time, it's really important that we learn to, so we know in our own crazy worlds, in our own worlds, what makes sense and what doesn't make sense. So it doesn't matter what I tell you out of my own crazy world, really. It's just my opinion. But there are certain things in our culture that are thousands of years old, older than science can ever fabricate. We've been around Mother Earth a lot longer than they say. And so there's something important about remembering and activating our DNA consciousness and our memory. And that's only through remembering. And so I think in this time, to lighten up with all this heavy energy, and you got to be your own chief. You got to be your own medicine person. It doesn't mean you don't have respect for medicine people and chiefs. It just means that you have to make the final say. You have to make the final action. And so just know, never ever, and I'm going to tell you, this is something that I have to tell you. Like I said, I'm a clown. I'm going to say things that are on my mind and on my heart. I'm not going to hold back. Sometimes I try to a little bit, but in general, I'm a wild horse. So the clowns could ask questions to the oldest of elders. Anything we felt like asking them. We could disrespect them, actually. Once again, to remind people how to respect things. So everything in life is two. But we always forget about the third entity, the formless, the spirit. So number 3 is very sacred. So clowns like me, you've heard the word Heyoka, Wendigo, Koshari. We work with the number 3, we work with certain colors. Like you see this red and blue on my neck, where the blue represents ice, and the red represents fire. When those things come together, you get that lightning. And everyone, it looks like it comes down from the sky, right? It doesn't really in reality come down from the sky, it comes up from the earth. Even science has to admit that now. So that's important to everyone in this time, and I'm going to tell you why, because we're living in the time of the Heoka. We're living in the time of the clown. So cosmically, just where we're at in alignment. Every 26,000 years we go on this big trip through the cosmos. So right now, it's just the way it is. It's like it or not. You can't stop the chaos. The chaotic energies, they're in the lead. So what? That time is coming to an end where everything is equal. Because everything is not to succumb to Earth and her cleansing. She's already started to do it. And so the medicine people ask her to hold on. Please, Mother, be patient, because there's so many of us that still are not getting it. And so I don't have all the answers. I won't lie to you. You know, I don't have the answers. But I have a lot of questions. And so I think it's about time to do things we haven't done completely. And so this is why this is a backwards medicine. We'll perform later on. Why we come to this event is because we like to contribute and participate in events like this, because see, you didn't pay no money to come in here, right? Did anybody pay any money? You maybe made a donation, but this is not about money. And so I just want to warn you, if anyone ever offers to heal you and they want to charge you money, just know, and if they ever tell you they're a medicine person, that means they're not. Okay? And I tell you this, it's a very dangerous thing for me to say. And I don't care. It's a good day to die. And that's what our ancestors were about. They didn't want to die. But they knew something. That when you're born, you die. And when you die, you're born. This is shadow world. Strange place, right? And I think that we're looking for certain things that will never come to this dimension. You've heard of White Calf Buffalo Woman from my people. She gifted us all of our medicines and all of our teachings. And it's like we expect to have her come back right now and come out of the clouds and take the pipe back, or to help us. But I never see her here. I never see her here. When I go to sleep, I see her sometimes. So when we were young, they used to tell us, come in inside. You have a great imagination. But it's time to get serious. Well, I disagree. I think it's time to have an imagination. That's reality. We take everything so seriously. Without trying to judge it. It's like we're looking at all the wrong places for all the wrong things. So once again, to sum this up, it's all about respect. So I want to thank you, relatives, for being here, because, well, you know, a lot of people just decide to go do what they wanted to do today and decide to go do whatever they're going to do. But see, to take the time out to do something like this is very sacred for your family. Even if your whole family is not here, you're doing it for them. And that's what everything is about in my people's culture, is we do it. So like, I have children. This isn't my life I'm living anymore. I'm nobody. So we caretake this land for the children. But how are we caretaking it? We can call it beautiful, we can say it's beautiful, but how are we really caretaking it? So that's something that's on my mind that I'm trying to figure out. Is how we're actually going to do something truly for these children, so they actually will have something. But they can't do it. They can't do it, wrap it up. So, I apologize for taking so much of your time. That's all we got. It's time. Time is real. That's what the mind and the calendars are all about. So if your relatives, I have the time, so come find me. And I can tell you about the calendars. This isn't the end of the world. This is a beautiful beginning to another world.
Thank
so
you, Phillip.
We're here to dismiss a lot of the romanticism. Because it's all about respect.